بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. He also used the hadith as proof. The hadith is إذا استعنت فاستعن بالله, or actually the portion that he used is إذا استعنت فاستعن بالله. This is part of a much longer hadith when Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma was riding with the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the Messenger began to teach him as a young little boy. The Messenger took the opportunity while Ibn Abbas was riding with him to teach him. He told him in the hadith, يا غلام إني أعلمك كلمات يا غلام إني أعلمك كلمات احفظ الله يحفظك احفظ الله تجده تجاهك إذا سألت فاسأل الله وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله واعلم أن الأمة لو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك واعلم أن الأمة لو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك بشيء لم ينفعوك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله لك وإن اجتمعوا على أن يضروك بشيء لم يضروك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله عليك رفعت الأقلام وجفت الصحف. This is actually one of my favorite hadith. This hadith, I don't know, I can't see how anyone can go on his day-to-day life or his lifetime without at least keeping the meaning of it between his eyes. It's a hadith one can literally write several volumes on its explanation or give a series of lectures on it without no exaggeration. It's a hadith that establishes tawakkul and isti'ana, and it puts one at ease and peace of mind. The author chose the statement that pertains to our issue here. Out of that hadith, he chose إِذَا اسْتَعَنْتَ فَاسْتَعِنْ بِاللَّهِ. If you seek aid and assistance, seek it from Allah alone. If you seek aid and assistance, seek it from Allah alone. We're poor to Allah. We're poor to Allah. We're weak to Allah. We're therefore always in need of Allah's aid and support. So the hadith says, turn to Allah in isti'ana. When you're faced with anything, genuinely and truthfully and wholeheartedly, turn to Allah in isti'ana, and you will see that Allah is ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. He will be your protector and He will be your supporter, and what an excellent protector and supporter and helper He is. Turn to Allah. Turn to Allah sincerely in your matters. From the beginning of your matters to the end. From the start of your matters to the end. What I mean by that is, don't go seeking every single means and remedy. Then when you hit a dead end and everything, then you go turn to Allah. Allah will then accept you, of course. But make it a habit to turn to Allah from the start of your matters. From the start of your life. Meaning, you teach your kids. Make isti'ana in Allah the first of your choices. And you will see, wallahi, Allah will not let you down. He will make you happy and content. He wouldn't let you down in a matter you do isti'ana in Him, even if the universe with its might and everything in it collaborated against you. That's only when you do the proper isti'ana in Him. The tawheed, have the pure tawheed in your isti'ana. That's why we learned isti'ana, and that's why we learned the conditions of isti'ana. Because in order to get Allah's aid, you have to fulfill the conditions, like we mentioned amongst them, is submission, tawakkul, certainty. We mentioned those. Have certainty in Allah while you do your isti'ana in Him. Didn't we say the worships of the heart, some of them are intertwined with each other? Like Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah said, work on perfecting the conditions of your isti'ana. That's what we want to achieve. If you knew a king somewhere, a wealthy, powerful king, and he promised to protect you, Or you knew some billionaire who was generous to you. Anything you wanted, you just go and he'll fund you. Would you ever be scared over your security or your salary or your job? It's the king. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. It's the king of all kings. And it's the one who owns the treasures of the heavens and the earth. When you say ista'antu billah, don't say it on the tip of your tongue, just something coming out of your tongue. Say it wholeheartedly and believe in it in full confidence in the one who you're seeking aid from, and you will see the results. If Allah aids you, rest assured, you've been truly aided. And if He forsakes you, who is there after Him that can aid you and support you? Who other than Allah can support you if Allah doesn't support you? Isti'ana returns upon you in this life with an honorable life. You live your life. If you have isti'ana, you will have an honorable, noble life. And then the high ranks of Jannah in the Akhirah, the ultimate goal. That's the fruit of Tawheed. You need to feel it in this life before the Akhirah. Throughout your affairs and throughout your life, keep your unwavering isti'ana in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The wisdom sometimes and at times may be that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala delays His aid and support to you. And it's not that Allah forgot. Never ever think of that. Ma'adallah. You have to keep that in mind. That's why when one is in the agony of being oppressed, you know the oppressor? He goes to sleep comfortably. One who's being oppressed, whether it may be little matters or big matters, he doesn't sleep the nights. The nights seem endless and dark, darker than ever. And the dua is constant. And then one may think, why didn't Allah answer me? That's why Allah says, وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ اللَّهَ غَافِلًا عَمَّا يَعْمَلُ الظَّالِمُونَ. Consider not that Allah is unaware of the oppressors. Allah didn't forget about them. That's what He's trying to tell you. Allah didn't forget about those. The delay, there's wisdom and plenty of wisdom. The delay may be to make you despair in all means and in all creations and to turn to Allah alone, and at that same time to show you that all and everyone turned away from you, or that no one was able to help you but Allah Jalla fi'ala. Sometimes the wisdom in delaying the help of Allah to you when you do isti'ana in Him may be to test your isti'ana. It may be to test your isti'ana. Do you really have certainty in Allah in your isti'ana? Allah wants to test you. Do you have the conditions we mentioned fulfilled? He wants to test your certainty in isti'ana. Take this example. If a little ant was able to speak, crawled over here on this desk, and able to speak to one of us, and they saw isti'ana in me or you, the ant told you, there's 100 ants coming after me at a distance, they're chasing me, they're after me, there's a tribe of them, they're going to kill me. You want to test the isti'ana of that ant in you. Is her isti'ana faithful or not? Do you just go run and crush those 100 ants and put an end to them? What you do is let them get closer and closer and closer. Not only do you test her isti'ana, the ant that saw isti'ana in you, but you also want to show the ant your power and your mercy. Now, getting rid of those ants is no obstacle to you. You can do it by stepping on them when they're far away or when they get closer. It takes a millisecond to do it. But if those ants got real close, right in front of that ant that sought help in you, and then you stepped and killed them and eliminated them, it reflects on that one ant. You showed that ant your ability. You showed that ant your power. You showed that ant how merciful you were with her. You showed her how you fulfilled your promise. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. Allah has the supreme examples. Allah tests you to relieve you. Allah tests you to relieve you. Allah tests you to be merciful and compassionate over you. He lets matters get closer and closer and closer to you. Just when you think your isti'ana failed and the matter would never be relieved, He Jalla fi ulah relieves you and aids you. It happened to the messengers. When they saw help from Allah, the last verse in Surah Yusuf, what does it say? The messengers saw isti'ana in Allah. حتى إذا استيأس الرسل وظنوا أنهم قد كذبوا جاءهم نصرنا. They were reprived. Until when? Until when the messengers gave up hope. They gave up hope. And then they thought they were denied. They were actually, some scholars say that they were sure they were denied. It was the end. They hit the dead end. What happened then? They were denied. They hit the dead end. Then comes to them our help. The help and aid and support for those messengers who saw isti'ana came when? Pay attention to those details when you read the Quran. It came when they gave up hope and they thought they were denied. Who was it were denied until the last moment? Me and you. It was the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the best of all creations. Ibrahim alayhi salam, his beloved messenger, the Khalil of Allah, and one of the special 5 messengers, Ulul Azm. Couldn't Allah have saved Khalilullah? Couldn't Allah have saved Khalilullah as soon as they began to light the matches to burn him, or even before that? They turned on the fire. He let them go. He let it get closer. They come closer to Ibrahim alayhi salam. He let them get closer. They shackled Khalilullah. He let them restrain them. Ibrahim alayhi salam is isti'ana, and his iman and his tawakkul is unwavering. They put him in a cannon to shoot him over. He let them get closer. His isti'ana was firm throughout all that. Couldn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have saved him before any one of those steps? What about right before they shot him to the fire? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let Khalilullah alayhi salatu wasalam go all the way to land inside the fire. He tests and he delays his help and support, his aun to you, to show you his power, to show you his mercy, to show you his love. When he relieves you, you're going to be happier and more well off than you were before if you had the true isti'ana. He tests you and lets it get closer because he wants you to be unwavering in your yaqeen, in expecting Allah's aids. Allah's aid. When the young kids, you know the story of Surah Al-Kahf, teenagers, Surah Al-Kahf, the young men, they saw isti'ana in Allah. Allah directed them to a cave. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever hide in an open room? What do you do? What's the first thing you do when you hide? You close the door and you put a chair or something or a dresser behind the door. Is sleeping, and all of them sleeping, something that coincides with people hiding? Isn't the first thing people hide and do or say is say, be on alert? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to show that they sought my aid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to show they sought my aid, therefore they will be protected. And to make the miracle of protecting them bigger, to show them His power subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will be protected while sleeping in an open quarters. And sleeping. Note that word, sleeping and in an open quarters. Leave the means to Allah when you seek isti'ana in Him. That's not your business. That's not our business. To show how enormous and significant and powerful this ibadah is, let me say, and I'll conclude with this so we can make our salah. When Fir'aun, the superpower of his time, the man who claimed to be the Supreme Lord. Ana rabbukum al-a'la, he said. Not just the Lord, the Supreme Lord, the tyrant of all tyrants, the man with the mightiest army of his time, and with lofty pillars that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the like of which were not produced in all of the land. التي لم يخلق مثلها في البلاد. He threatened to annihilate and extinct Musa and everyone who followed Musa. Listen. وقال الملأ من قوم فرعون وقال الملأ من قوم فرعون أتذر موسى وقومه ليفسدوا في الأرض ويذرك وآلهتك قال سنقتل أبناءهم ونستحيي نساءهم وإنا فوقهم قاهرون. The chiefs and leaders of Fir'aun's people, they went to him. These are the people, evil, mischief people, the chiefs. They said to Fir'aun, are you going to go leave Musa and his people to spread mischief in the land? Notice, side issue, how the mischief called the righteous mischief people. وقال الملأ من قوم فرعون أتذر موسى وقومه ليفسدوا في الأرض. These are instigators, troublemakers, who kiss up to the tyrants. People who kiss up to the tyrants to get a smile or a pat on the back, or to be safe from their evil. أتذر موسى وقومه ليفسدوا في الأرض ويذرك وآلهتك. They go up to Fir'aun and look how evil they are. They're so evil, those who kiss up to the tyrants. They made they made Fir'aun look like an angel. He said, you're going to leave those people. They're the one's suggestion. They made Fir'aun look like he's an innocent man. And Fir'aun said, oh, okay, we'll kill their children and enslave their women. And we're indeed irresistible over them. سنقتل أبناءهم ونستحيي نساءهم وإنا فوقهم قاهرون. Look at that threat. And that's the point of our verse here. Look at that threat. You know who it's from and to who it's directed. You know how powerful Fir'aun is and how weak Musa appeared to be, alayhi salatu wasalam. Okay, Musa, what's going to happen now? What's the solution? Musa alayhi salatu wasalam gets these threats. Give us a solution. His solution, being weak, is our ibadah today. His solution was that. قال موسى لقومه استعينوا بالله واصبروا إن الأرض لله يورثها من يشاء من عباده والعاقبة للمتقين. Musa said to his people, seek help in Allah. Isti'ana in Allah. Our topic today. The earth is Allah's earth. Verily, the earth is Allah's earth. He gives it as a heritage to whom He wills. Now you know why isti'ana is part of Al-Fatiha. And why we must read it 17 times by fard a day. Jazakum Allah khair. Jazakum Allah khair for paying close attention today and being fully focused. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you beneficial knowledge and